want to make sure that your money is used efficiently and effectively.
We make sure controls are in place to ensure that operations are fair and consistent.
We safeguard the public's investment in Denver.
Well, as the auditor, we make sure that Denver operations are managed efficiently and effectively. If they're not, we make recommendations to those agencies as to how they can better manage and operate the programs. The recommendations can range from better governance of a program, increasing revenues, reducing costs, changing practices, procedures to make sure that things are operating as intended. The mayor's office, really through the departments that we're auditing, respond to those recommendations. We also are responsible for signing over 3,500 city contracts every year. If I felt that a contract was not in compliance with the law, I could refuse to sign the contract. We also make recommendations that will influence policies, such as audits that have had state legislation passed as a result. Rocky Mountain Human Services provides services to the intellectual and developmentally disabled population of Denver. We conducted an audit. We found that the services were not necessarily being provided, and we found that there was some inappropriate use of the dollars, Denver tax dollars.
It was surprising because you don't expect to find the level of misspending that we found. That audit was important because it improved the oversight of Rocky Mountain Human Services spending of taxpayer funds in their duties to provide services and case management for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Taxpayer funding wasn't being spent on services for those individuals, and with the shortage of both federal and state funding, it's important to make sure that all of those dollars that are set aside for that purpose are spent on that purpose.
It gave rise to the need for the council to really look at the contract. That resulted in changes to the code governing that contract as we move into 2018. Well, we work with the council on the results of the audit to make sure that there was better oversight at the Department of Human Services. The council actually funded an additional position, that is designed to do oversight, and it made sure that there were specific services that would be auditable in the future. Another audit where we worked with the City Council was an audit where we looked at what parks were designated as parks and what were not, and really came up with an inventory of parks. As a result of that audit, the Council went about an effort to really designate many more parks as parks. The reason that's important is that once a park is designated as a park, it is a park until the people of the City and County of Denver voted to not be a park. I think that audit assures that the parks will be parks well into the future. Our parks are one of our greatest assets. We take a lot of pride in seeing that more parks are now designated as parks. We want to make sure that Denver continues to be the vibrant city that it is, that we have ample parks and opportunities for recreation going well into the future. Well, thanks for your questions. You can read all of our audits at www.denvergov.org/auditor under the tab Audit Reports. Thanks again for your questions, and please send us a question, and maybe your question will be on the next episode of Ask the Auditor.